Hello students, chapter 3 Plant Kingdom, video number 4. In this video, we'll be talking about division gymnosperms. Now, let us see the salient features of gymnosperms. Students, gymnosperms are plants in which ovules are not enclosed in the ovary wall. That means the seeds are not present, are not covered with the ovary wall, not present inside the fruit. They remain exposed. Sequoia, it is the tallest tree species, that is the redwood, that belongs to the division gymnosperms. Gymnosperms generally have taproot system. Talking about the stems, stems may be branched like in pines, or it may be unbranched like in cycas. The two main example of gymnosperms are cycas and pines. When we go to hill stations, we have seen a lot of pine trees. Talking about roots, children, roots of pines, they show fungal association. If you can see over here, the white color association with the root, these fungal association with the pine is known as mycorrhiza. Same way in cycas, it has specialized root known as colloid roots. You can see these are the colloid roots. This is the cycas plant. These colloid roots contain nitrogen fixing bacteria, the cyanobacteria. Now, you can see the section cutting of the colloid root, and this green color, this stained portion is the cyanobacteria. The leaves of gymnosperms are of two types. It may be simple or compound leaves. Simple leaves. What are simple leaves? The simple leaves are undivided leaves. The leaf blade is undivided. It may have incisions, like you can see in this. It may have incisions, but the incision does not touch the midrib. Whereas if you see in the compound leaf, these incision reaches up to the midrib, and these are not leaves. These are the leaflets. So it contains leaflets. And the leaflets do not have petiole. Only one petiole is there, with the portion which is attached to the branch. And over here also the leaf has petiole, and the base of the petiole contains lateral bud, whereas the base of leaflets do not contain any lateral buds. Yeah, in this you can see the cycas tree, and the leaves are pinnately compound. Whereas in ferns, in pines, the leaves are needle shaped. You can see the pine also over here. You must have collected when you go to mountain areas, hilly areas. Now let us talk about the reproductive organs in gymnosperms. Gymnosperms are heterosporous. That means their spores are of different size. The haploid microspores and megaspores both are produced in sporangia, and the sporangia is present on sporophylls. What are sporophylls, children? Those leaves which contain sporangia. And in gymnosperms, these sporophylls are arranged to form a compact strobili or cone. So there are two strobili. One is the male strobili and the other is the female strobili. The strobili bearing the microsporophyll and microsporangia are called microsporangiate or male strobili. In the male strobili or in the microsporangiate, microspores develop into male gametophyte, which is a reduced pollen grain. The cones bearing megasporophyll with ovules or megasporangium are called megasporangiate or female strobili. Yeah, you can see the female strobili, and this is the male strobili. Now, here is the female strobili. If you see these, this is the megasporophyll, and at the base of the megasporophyll, it contains ovule. See this. This is the megasporophyll, which is woody in color, brownish in color. These two are the ovules. If we go back better over here, these are leaves. These are megasporophylls. Yes, it is thick, it is woody. And at the base of these megasporophyll, ovules are present. Now, the nucellus cells is protected by envelopes, and it forms a composite structure called ovule. In other words, ovule is made up of nucellus cells. And as I told you, the ovules are present on the megasporophyll. What is ovule? Just now I told you the nucellus cell combinedly forms what? A ovule. So ovule is made up of nucellus cells. And one of the nucellus cell becomes enlarged and it acts as megaspore mother cell. This megaspore mother cell divides meiotically to form 4 megaspore. Now, one of the megaspore is enclosed within the megasporangium, develops into multicellular female gametophyte that bears two or more archegonia or female sex organ. See, children, this is a whole thing is a ovule. We have shown, I have tried to show you the ovule, enlarged ovule. This is a mature ovule. One ovule. This is what? Let me come back over here. These two are ovules. These ovules are enlarged and shown there. Yeah, this is one ovule. Now, inside the ovule, this is the megagametophyte enclosed in megasporangium. This megasporangium is covered by an integument. So it's a structure of an ovule. Ovule ka outermost structure, integument, then inside that megasporangium. Inside the megasporangium, megagametophyte, and here the megagametophyte contains two or more archegonium. Inside the archegonium is present the egg cell. So this is the structure of an ovule from inside. Now, when the pollen grains are released, it is carried out in the air current. It comes in contact with the opening of the ovule borne on the megasporophyll. Let me show you here. Here you can see this is the megasporophyll. This is the female cone. You can see this is the ovule. Now, within the ovule, you can see over here, this is the micropyle. This is the pollen grain, which is carried by air currents. This is the megaspore mother cell, and inside only there will be what? Archegonia. Now, this pollen tube carries male gametes. It moves towards the archegonia inside the ovule, discharges its content near the mouth of the archegonia, and fertilization takes place. So you can see over here, these are the two archegonia. It will come and discharge its male gamete here. The male gamete will enter the archegonia and fusion will take place. So this is, we have studied about gymnosperms, and the next video will be of angiosperm. Thank you.